Hey everyone, it's Apache here and welcome to a brand new series here on my channel. This is the long-awaited modded Freshwater Frenzy Sandbox series that we'll be running. And this is going to be the very first pilot episode of it. We're going to go through the mod list first, and then we're actually going to get set up with the first few little parts of the aquarium. But this is going to be, as I say, basically a pilot walking you through everything you need to know for this series. So this is going to be episode 0. So first of all, we're going to have a look at the mod manager here. Now there are a huge amount of mods in this. A lot of them. Pretty much all of the tanks, pretty much all of the animals. In fact, I've almost gone through the entire of the Steam Workshop mod list. The only ones I haven't really added in are going to be the like the pumps and stuff like that, because I want to use my own mod for that. So yeah, you can see if I slowly go through this, and then you can pause the video at random points and you can check which mods are in this list. So if I just go through this fairly slowly here, you can see it was all of the Zifush company stuff, all of the Pelagia stuff, there's all of the HAAI stuff here, all of the different paints, all of Kadar's Bazaar stuff. There was a couple of mods which I found weren't compatible with each other, which I haven't added in. There's this data sign one that I really like as well. So there's a lot of stuff in here. And then down at the bottom, the bad laboratory stuff. I'm interested in some of this, like the dunks and the leads. And the Megalodon as well, and the Mossa. I've always wanted to put a Mossa in, so we'll do a big special room for that. And then down, I think it's down at the bottom anyway. Yes, we have my two mod packs here. We have the Tank Care mod pack, which I released a mod showcase video for a couple of weeks ago, and also the interior design mod pack. You would know this as the Visitor Doors mod pack. I've I've completely redesigned the mod, changed the name of it, and added a lot more stuff in with it as well. A lot of new seating, a lot of new statues, like an under construction barrier, all kinds of stuff like that. And I will be adding more to this one, and a couple more things to this one as we go through the series. So that is the mod list, and now we can actually go into clicking on new game, and we can go to Sandbox, and I'll talk you through what we're going to do here. Now at the moment I've got this on custom settings. What we're going to do is we're going to go to quick start, because what I want to do is I want to go and try and do the completionist achievement, Steam achievement. So we're going to have to put this on hard. I'm not going to play on brutal. We did a campaign series on brutal and it really is brutal. So I want to play a little bit easier on hard. But considering we have just done an entire 43 episode series on brutal mode, I think hard should be slightly easier than it would be if we'd just gone straight from normal. So I'm quite happy doing that. We are definitely going to include Freshwater. We're starting off at rank 7. Randomised availability I will turn on. I'm going to keep everything on quick start, because I think if I go to anything else, then it will turn it off from quick start. And you only get the Steam achievement if you start with the quick start settings. So what do we have? We have randomized availability is on, the equipment availability is on standard, so we'll have to research a lot of different stuff. All of this stuff is on normal. Unlimited money is off, although we do have cheat engine, we can turn that on if we get desperate. And at the very, very start in this episode, we might actually turn infinite money on just to be able to get a good head start on this series. So we're going to go to save game. You can see the seed there if you pause just on that menu. You could see the seed which we're going to be playing on. So we're starting off with 14,000, and we have this a very, very small area here to play with. And so this is actually where I want to get cheat engine up and turn infinite money on, just so that we can have the very, very, very beginning of this. We can expand it out and get the space that we want. Because my idea with this series is this is going to be like a big, big aquarium, and it's going to be quite a long series. We're going to go through a lot of different stuff, and we're going to have a lot of different competitions on the way. You are actually going to be able to design rooms that we can put into this aquarium. You're going to be able to design tanks. You're going to be able to name different fish, sponsor different fish within the aquarium as well. So we've got a lot of things to look forward to within this series. So what I want to do is actually get a nice big space to start with that we can actually start filling out, because I think it is going to cost, I mean, if we just have a look at how much this is actually going to cost, yeah, 10,000 to build like a decent amount of stuff there. So that's going to take up almost all of our money, and then we're going to have to try and do all the slow start stuff to try and get into it. And I want to try and get into this series as fast as we can, so we can actually start doing some of the more interesting stuff and all the different layouts, all that kind of stuff. So let me set up Cheat Engine, let me get that on the way, and I'll walk you through exactly what we're going to do next. So I thought I'd do something a little bit different here and actually show you what I'm doing with the Cheat Engine program here. And so I've got the Megaquarium.exe file actually loaded into Cheat Engine, and I've built up a little script here. So if I click on open, and then you'll see we have how much money we have. We have 14,000. You can see that down at the bottom of the screen in game as well. And then we have base prestige, guest prestige, game speed, so I can actually speed up the game faster than the fast forward thing, which was just here. I can speed it up a little bit faster than there. And then we have the game parameters. In here we have the chilling multiplier, heating multiplier, what daily rank we have, a good daily grant, the max rank we can have, entrance prices per rank, we've got all of those there, entrance rates per rank, whether it's a fixed floor space or not, whether we can have a limit 1 per species or not. So these are all the different things within the different campaign games or campaign levels that we can have a play around with. And then down at the bottom here we have enable cheats. If we click on this, it opens up a new menu. Now this is one thing you've got to be careful of if you are using any of the cheats in this game, where you're pressing F1, F2, F3, F4, that kind of thing. They can actually break your campaign mode save files, and you need to make sure that you do not unlock animals or items before a quest asks you to. Especially in the tutorial level, in the first level, you're asked to, I think it's like a oblique line dotty back, you're asked to unlock. And if you've unlocked that already through the cheats, then there's actually no way of continuing the game. You can't actually win the level without editing your save game manually. So that's one thing to be very, very aware of if you are using any of the cheats in this game. So down here we have press F1 for money. I'm not going to do it now because I don't want to use this just to purely cheat my way through this. That's not what this is. The only thing I'm going to do is I'm going to click on this infinite money thing here. You can see our money raises up to that amount, which is like 1 million, I think it is. Which means in game, that means it is just 1 over the 999,999 maximum money that you can have, which means it turns it over into infinite money. We're going to toggle the aquarium to be closed, and we're going to press play. Whoa, that should actually be closed, sorry. You go away, thank you. And now you can see down here we have the infinite money. So let's take off that off the screen now. There we go. So we're back into game, and we now have infinite money. So all I want to do with this money, the only thing I want to do is just expand this area out. And all I'm going to use it for is the expansion. And so I think I want to come to about there maybe. No, that's a bit too far actually. So let's come to there. And we're going to bring that out to there. And so we've got our little entranceway in. We have this room. And then let's see where we want to go from there. I think we're going to want to have, if we get some paints up, and we get the harbourside paint, and we put those there and there. If we had a road coming down all the way through this section, and then coming off this way, we could have it coming all the way through to there, and maybe even all the way through to there as well. And should we have a third one that comes off this side? So we'll have this as a bit of a crossroads room, and then we can get the, let's see, where would be the Pacific? Oh, we might actually not have access to the Pacific paint. That'd be interesting. So let's go with, let's go with black and white theme, and that'll give us a, that'll give us a decent pathway. So put all of those in there. And then do we have the shipwreck? Yes, we do. So we can bring all of that out to there, to there, to there, and to there. And so that would be our first room. Let's head down to the first person view, and we need to fill in those bits there as well. And so we'll have 4 little areas. Well, really two little areas. We'll have this area here where we can put some tanks. We can put some seating and various stuff around there, around the edges of this. Now the walls we're going to want to be, I really like this harbour side as the first little bit of this. Now each of these rooms we're going to do as a different style, in a different theme, and we've got lots and lots and lots of different paints to choose from. So at the moment I'm just using the kind of the basic vanilla game ones, but we'll be able to get into a lot of the new themes later on. I think I want to also turn on Harbourside as my default because I want to put some partitions in. So my partitions will go there and there, just like that. And then we're going to add in our first modded item, this large archway. And so that is going to go just there. So we have like a little entrance way here. We have the entrance arch, and then we have the actual entrance arch just there. We also want to come in and go back to the black and white theme and just paint those bits like that. Okay, and now so we want some of these, just so we're marking off now where we're actually going to put the various different tanks and stuff. And so they will come in like that. Now that gives us a 2 wide area around the outside. Now what I could do is actually bring this one further in and call it a 3 wide gap around the pathways. So if we do that, that'll give us a 3 wide, and that means we could add in various different benches and stuff. And so I think, yeah, we're going to start a bit of a tradition here. So against the walls of the room, the paths can be two away from there, but any tanks we're going to set 3 away. And that will give us, if we continue that theme pretty much all the way through the stuff I build at least, then it will give us a nice consistent layout as we're going through. And it'll mean we can make little paths and stuff down the side. We can do like topiary and benches and all sorts around the side there. And so in this area here, we want to add a couple of different things in here. Now this is the bit that I'm going to do with the infinite money, just to get that little bit of infrastructure in place, and it's really not going to make any kind of difference in the long run if we're using it just for this bit here. So I'm going to put in some walls just here so that it matches a little bit more. That's not going to make any difference. I want to expand out these just so we know where to actually put the different paths and stuff. So we're going to bring those out to there. We're going to bring that one out to there. The paints, we're going to have the, where's that black and white one? There. So bring these all the way up. And that one all the way up as well. And then we're going to use these under construction barriers to block this area off. And so this is what the guests will see. So I think these do look quite good. They work pretty much exactly the same as partitions. They cost the same as partitions as well. So I've only made them 5 credits in price each. Oh no, they're actually 8 credits in price each because we're on hard mode. And so we'll block off that area there. we'll come here and we'll block off that area as well. But these are our expansion points, so we can expand out this way, we can expand out this way, and we can expand out this way. And just to show you what we will be doing, I'm going to have a 2 wide gap in between each of these rooms. So that's 1, that's 2, and then this room, oh no, that's wrong. From here, this room will come out to there. And this will be a totally separate room. And then the same with this one. We will have, actually that's a 1 wide, isn't it? That's actually a bit wrong. So if we come out to there, this is why I'm wanting to do this with the infinite money, just so I can get the actual spacing right. So that will be 1 wide, and so it'd actually come out to there. And that's where we want it. And there. And so this one will be from there all the way up. And then we can do things like, if we put a room in here as well, and then we can say this is going to be a double wide room. And so we can take that area out there. And so you'll come into here, and this will be one entire room. And this might be like a beach themed room or an Aztec themed room, something like that. This one might be like a deep sea aquarium, a real deep sea, so it's really dark coloured, dark themed. We'll have some deep sea fish in there, deep sea animals. And then we can have one over here, which is going to be another room up to the side there. And then this one could actually come up this way, like that. And then we'd have like another room here, another room up here, and we can just build this out and expand it out as much as we want. And so this is actually going to become really, really quite big once we've finished this. Because you can see this is only 4 rooms. I think in the series that I did before on this, the modded Sandbox series that I did before, I did a similar room layout kind of thing to this. And it took about 20 rooms, I believe. Something like that. And the largest room we had was, this is a double, well this is what I would call a single, this is what I would call a double. And the largest room we had in there was a quad. So it's twice the size of this, just plus a little bit more. And we had 2 giant full-size mega tanks in there. One which was cold water, one which was hot water, and a load of seating around it all. But that is all I want to do with the infinite money. So we're actually going to turn that off. There we go. And if we press play again now, actually no, I need to buy something. So if we come in here, we'll buy one of those. There we go. And we'll sell it off again. And now we're back to 14,000. So that's all we're going to do with infinite money. That's all we need it for. So now we can actually start putting in a couple of tanks and making this area look a little bit more pretty. So in this first room here, I want to add a bit of a showcase tank so that I can put the ecology posters in. Do we actually have the ecology posters? Let's just have a look. Yes, we do. So we've got this ecology poster. So we want to have a fairly decent sized tank, which we can add a lot of different animals to in the first instance. So we can actually get as much prestige and as much ecology out of this as possible. Now ecology is going to be massively important within this campaign. Because we're playing modded, there are so many different animals to unlock that ecology becomes so much more important than science. So we're going to want to get that running up and running as soon as possible. So I think probably the best thing to do is if we have a look what corner tanks we have available. And we've got this at 150, is actually a decent size for the kind of tank that we want. So if we bring that out, let's have a look, we want it that way. And then we want to delete some off here. Come on, there we go. And if we put that into place, that'll be just there. And that like that. And then we can put in a staff door. So there. We'll put in, yeah, I think I want that there. So then we can go like that. The platform and the stairs. and that will give us a nice amount of space for a lot of different animals. And the animals we're going to add in, of course, are going to be things like the demoiselle pack. But we're going to start off with probably, I've got the surge damsel, that's a bully, this one's a wimp. I'm trying to work out, should we have this as wimps or bullies? And I think the answer is going to be wimps, because I think most of the demoiselles and damsels are going to be wimps rather than bullies. I know there's a lot of bullies in there, but there's a huge amount of different damsels and demoiselles we can add to this. So we're going to add one of those in. Of course we need all the pumps and everything, but we'll get to that. We're also going to need orange pellets. Now for the first part of this, I believe we're going to have to do manual feeding. I have gone through the source code and changed a couple of things just to make this a bit easier for this series as well. Just because of the scale that I want to build on. The game adds one particular rule which I really don't like, and so I've changed it. Which is auto feeders can now feed everything up to the most fussy kind of eaters. So they can feed difficulty level 0, difficulty level 1 and difficulty level 2. It's only ones with a 3 stripes of feeding difficulty that the auto feeder cannot. Now if that gets a little bit too cheesy and I find it a bit too easy, then I will take it down to only rank 2 and rank 3 difficulty fish that it can't feed, but I really want to be able to have at least the first rank of difficulty that the auto feeder can actually feed, because I think that's kind of what the auto feeder's supposed to be for. If it can only feed the most easy fish to feed, within modded, that suddenly becomes a very, very small group of animals, because a lot of the animals that people are modding into the game are becoming more and more technical, more and more complicated to keep. And it's the big fish, it's the complex animals which people are modding into the game, as well as stuff like the damsels and everything, which is all brilliant. But the actual complex fish, complex animals, which do require a lot of upkeep, means that your staff are running around everywhere, and I'm going to have to do a lot of zoning in this. I'm going to need a lot of staff. I've actually increased the number of staff you can have in the aquarium. I've doubled it from 42 all the way up to 84. So, and I will probably need to increase that again by the time we have finished this series. So we'll probably have over 100 staff within this aquarium by the end of it, which means probably the beginning of day bit will start to lag up by the end of the series. I know it did by the end of the last series, so we've got that to look forward to. So what we're going to need with these, we're going to need heat, we're going to need filtration, and we're going to need some pellets. So we'll get the pellets first, we'll get this, and we'll say that can be just by the entrance there. So that's that done. We're going to need some heat, so we're going to need a pump. Now, what things do I have access to out of mine? I don't have access to any of mine, so I think they start at level 8. So we'll go for a power pump for now. I'll just place that onto that. However, we do have access to some of my pumps. So if I go to, say, tank care. No, I think I'll just have to go to Apache. There we go. And now we can get, we want heat. So it's going to be the Apache Tech Turbo Heater Mark II that we're going to use from the off here. And so we'll do that. But that's still not enough for this tank, so we're going to have 2 of those. We'll do that. There we go. I do like the models for these. It's not my favourite one out of the entire mod pack, but I do really quite like these. I spent a lot of time working out the colour scheme for this and working out the materials, and I'm quite pleased at how they've turned out. And so we'll turn this around to be like that. And then everything is okay for this. We're going to need some staff. So we'll get some staff here. We're going to need Feeding and fixing. You'd actually be quite good. Feeding, fixing and gift shop. And then we're also going to need, let's see, I don't want too many staff to start with. Feeding, fixing and talking. You don't have any bonuses to that though. Was somebody else with talking. So we'll see what you're like. +2, you're not too bad. You are cleaning as well, you're good at that. Gift shop is actually quite good as well, so we'll get you as well there. Okay, so we have someone dedicated with feeding. And we're actually going to make sure that you are going feeding first and then fixing and then gift shop last. With you, we're going to make sure that you are cleaning first and then talking and then gift shop. That's what we want with you guys. Now over here, this is actually going to be a bit of a different area. This is going to be our recreation area. Gift shops and vending machines, tables and chairs. So let's add in a few of those things now. If we go, one of the things we are desperately going to need, if we have them available, yes we do, the neon tetras for sale. So we're going to want actually like 6 of these going all the way up there. I have to keep an eye on the money. So that's those to there, and then we're going to want vending machines. So I'm just going to add everything in now. We can make it look a little bit more pretty later on. We're going to need a tool station back here. I'm going to add 2 of those in for now. And then we're going to want to have fizzy drinks machine, chocolate machine, and then some picnic tables. And we'll put those, one there, one there, and one there. So we'll have somewhere for people to sit down. And then over here, we'll worry about this bit later on. I'm just looking to get stuff put in for now. However, in this area over here, I don't know if I'm going to have enough money quite to do this. We are desperately going to need the, where is it? The guidebook shelves. So we're going to add those in just there and there. Which means we're also going to need the guidebook supplies back in here. We're also going to need broom stands, so I'll add those in now. We'll get broom stand, and we'll also get a, let's see, where is it? Oh no, it's in here. Sponge sink, we'll add that in. So we've got that set up there. The other thing we're going to need is a toilet area. So we're going to expand out this way. So if we do that, and that, and then this is going to be, let's see, from here to say there. I think that's going to be enough space. So in this area, the paint we're going to want, do we have the Abyss paint? Yes, we do. I quite like this. Maybe as... oh no, it's not this one. It is Atlantis, the Atlantis theme. Because I think this would be a perfect flooring for a bathroom. I know that might seem a bit of a waste of the paint because it is a very, very nice theme. We will be using it later on for a fully themed room. But for now, I think it's going to serve brilliantly as a bathroom theme. So we'll add in some stalls. Now we're not going to have enough money to fill this place entirely. I will want, however, let's have a look at the toilets. Actually, we only have the basic toilet for now. So we'll add these ones in. We do have enough of those. Now we've got a little bit more money left. So what I'm going to add in is 2 of these marble dolphin statues down at the front here. And that takes us to 100 in money. And so now we can toggle this to be open. And we can press play. We can allow people in. we can go fast forward. And there we go, there's our first person into the aquarium. Picked up a guidebook. Doesn't really know what to do around here. I'm hoping that once we get a few more things in here, the pathfinding will push them into this area a little bit more. Oh, we are actually going to need some decoration in here. Because we've only got one fish in here for now, but that's all we wanted to start with. And so this is just trying to get somewhere, a starting point to be able to carry on from. And so this means that we're not going to get negative prestige from looking at this tank. That's brilliant. We have our first bit of ecology research to do. I'm going to go from the bottom all the way up to the top. Skunk cleaner shrimp. That looks incredible. You have enticed my curiosity, but I do want to try and fill this tank. So the electric blue damsel it is. And so we're going to have a lot of time to walk around this area, to acclimatise themselves to what's going on here. We've only got one actual fish to look at in this entire aquarium, and then a lot of stuff to buy and places to sit down across the way there. So yeah, it's going to be a very slow start, but I think that has given us a very good starting point to carry on from. This is one thing I love about these picnic benches, by the way, is that if it actually wants to carry on, wow, there's a lot of lag with that, a lot of lag. But if you want, I don't know if you saw then, when they sit at the picnic tables, they actually sit this way in rather than this way in. And that's one kind of unique bit about these picnic tables that I really do love. There you go. You can see it just there. That's what I love about them. And you get 4 people around them. It looks really cool. Well, I think this has given us a very good starting point for this series. We've got some food and drink, we've got some places to sit down, we've got the toilets, got all of their needs met, and we've got a single fish in the aquarium ready to be looked at by the guests. So yeah, that is where we're going to leave it for today. I hope this has piqued your curiosity in this series. Share it around, make sure everybody knows about it. I will be placing up all the episodes on Discord, on the Megaquarium official Discord, so you'll be able to follow along with the series there. I won't be releasing episodes for this every single day. It's not going to be daily, it probably won't even be every other day. What I want to do with this series is release episodes as they are ready. So if it does take me a few days to actually record an episode, to be able to get up money, to be able to carry on, then so be it. So make sure you subscribe to me, make sure you click that little bell notification type thing, do all the stuff that other YouTubers tell you to do, but with my channel, not with theirs. Because, yeah, the episodes won't be completely regular and daily as they have been so far. But yeah, thank you very much for joining me today. One thing I should say before we leave is that at the time of recording, for the next few days, Freshwater Frenzy is actually on a 25% sale in Steam sales. So if you haven't got it already, make sure you go and grab it from the Megaquarium store page, and then you can actually play along with me. You can actually join in at home and join in all the competitions. We'll be having a lot of different competitions and stuff throughout this series. Thank you very much for joining me today. If you did enjoy this episode, please leave a like, comment and subscribe on the video and to the channel, and I will. See you next time. If you enjoyed this video, please consider supporting me by subscribing to the channel and liking and commenting on the videos. Thanks. See you next time.